Hello, aspiring scholars. Welcome to Dr. Scholars, your trusted source for everything related to education. Today, we have a treasure trove of information for those of you considering studying in Italy. The Italian student visa process can be complex and ever changing. This is why we've crafted the comprehensive guide. Whether you are eyeing Italy world-class universities or dreaming of picture-square landscapes, this video is your roadmap to success. In this video, we will cover the types of Italy student visas for international students, Italy student visa fee, Italy student visa processing time, office responsible for Italy student visa, documents required for Italy student visa, how to apply for an Italian student visa, Italy student visa interview questions and preparations, our FAQs, and then the summary of the whole guide. So let's start by understanding the types of student visas available for international students in Italy. There are two main categories, visa type C and visa type D. The choice between them depends on the duration of your intended stay. We'll delve into specifics of each other. If the student is applying for a short course or apprenticeship or seminar or a vocational training or exchange and mobility program or a university single course, that only requires them to stay in Italy for up to 90 days. Then the applicant should apply for a Type C. Type C for short stays has a fee of 80 euros. If the student is applying for a course that is taking more than 90 days, then they should apply for visa type D. In most cases, if the student is applying for a full-time bachelor's, master's, or PhD, their course will take more than 90 days, so they should apply for Type D. Later, these students will be required to apply for a one-year residence permit, permesso di soggiorno, while 8 working days by contacting the relevant police station, the Questura. Italy study visa fee is 50 euros for D type visa. Remember, these visa fees exclude the additional services by third parties like VFX, etc. The waiting game can be challenging. The process time for your Italy student visa depends on several factors, including your nationality, the Italian embassy's location, and the number of applicants. On average, international students receive a response within 3 weeks. However, this time frame can vary significantly. We'll provide more insight into processing times for different countries. Countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Ghana, and etc. The Italian visa processing time can take up to 45 days due to high number of applicants. Students are advised to apply for a study visa at least 1 to 2 months before lessons. As soon as they get their enrollment letter from the Italian university, they're good to go for the visa appointment. Office responsible for Italy student visas. Who's in charge of Italy student visa? Well, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation holds the reins. We'll also discuss the review process duration and the nuances of dealing with this office. The review process may take from 1 week to 45 days. Now let's get into documents required for Italy student visa. Here, where the rubber meets the road, to secure your Italian student visa, you'll need a comprehensive set of documents. We'll go over each of the 20 crucial documents in detail, from visa application forms to police clearance certificates. So let's start. You will need a visa application form, passport size pictures, valid passport and academic documents, pre-enrollment form, document refinement form, it's a DOV or a CIMIA, bank statement, proof of all legal fees, correct processing visa fee receipt, NIC, your national identity card, IELTS certificate, travel and health insurance, FRC document, copy of flight booking and hotel reservation, affidavit for sponsorship, polio and corona vaccination certificate, CV, statement of purpose, cover letter, letter of motivation, other certificates, and your police clearance certificate. So, For the visa application form, download the correct visa form for a student visa to Italy, fill, sign, and date it correctly. For long-term D-type Italian visa, more than 90 days, we have linked the application form. And for C-type Italian visa, less than 90 days, the application form is also linked. Passport size pictures. The general picture format for an Italian student visa is the following. Two recent within 6 months passport size 35 by 45 millimeter photos, white background with neutral facial expressions, avoid uniforms, and the head should be 80% in the photo. The applicant should look at the camera. One photograph should be glued to the visa application, while the other should contain the applicant's full name on the reserve side and should be attached with a paperclip on the visa form. The same rules generally apply to every Schengen country. A valid passport. A passport must have at least 18 months of validity from the date of visa application. Applicant must also provide visa copies if they have any. Passport must have at least two blank pages. All the previous passports must be attached if they have any. For the academic documents, this includes all your certificates and academic transcripts like bachelor's transcript and certificate if you're applying for a master's transcript and certificate if you're applying for a PhD, your secondary and high school transcripts uh, and certificates if you're applying for bachelor's, English proficiency certificates from the university, course summary to explain your courses and how your previous courses and studies resemble your future studies in which you are applying. Two letters of recommendation from the university and also the details of the referee. It requires specifically in case of university admission, but good to carry them along with your educational documents. If applicant documents are not in English, they must be translated into English and Italian. Different international embassies have their own official recommended Italian translation centers. Translated Italian documents must contain a confirmation from translation company slash translator, a translation date, name and signature of the translator, and translator's contact details. Now let's dive into pre-enrollment letter for Italian student visa. It is also called Form A. Form A, or a pre-enrollment form, this form needs to be filled out online at University Lee. This form must be downloaded and printed, attach your photo, sign and submit it along with your visa application documents. Document refinement from an Italian study visa. This is called Form C. It can be attained by either making the DOV or CIMIA. They are equivalent certificates which analyze the years of education a student has for eligibility of applied courses. DOV and CIMIA compares your education with the Italian education system. How to get DOV certificate from an Italian student visa. The Declaration of Value Certificate. It is issued by the Italian Embassy at the time of visa application. The student must need to fill the Form C, Documents Refinement Form, which is also a request form for DOV. The Embassy will legalize these documents and issue DOV certificate. How to get CIMIA certificate for an Italy student visa. There are two types of documents in CIMIA: Statement of Compatibility and Statement of Verification. The purpose of CIMIA is the same as DOV. Now, bank statement for Italy student visa. The most important part of an Italy student visa is the applicant's economic status. For international students who want to attain an Italy study visa, the official requirement is up to 500 euros per month for 1 year, which is 6,000 euros. But it is advised to submit a bank statement of up to 10,000 euros. It's proof that students can support their duration financially and study on their own. Advised that the bank statement should be at least 6 months old. In the case of a recent bank statement, the applicant should carry the bank letter mentioning the account opening date and authorized signatory of the account. Sponsorship. In the case of sponsorship, the applicant should make an affidavit of the sponsor in which they will state their sponsorship relationship to the sponsor. The sponsor is also required to show the tax returns for the past 2 years Property details and other income sources of the sponsor are also required. Proof of all legal fees. It is the proof or receipt of the university application fee, pre-enrollment fee, or in some cases, it's this first semester fee or the whole year of university fee. Correct processing visa fee receipt. The visa fee is not refundable, so make sure you fill out the form correctly. Also, you need to show your visa application fee receipt at the time of the interview. For D-type visas, it's 50 euros, and for C-type, it's 80 euros. Your national identity card. The applicant needs to carry their national identity card, domicile, and birth certificate to the visa center. IELTS certificate for a student visa to Italy. Now, IELTS should be compulsory for certain departments in specific Italian universities like the University of Bologna and etc. And it is also compulsory in the case of some countries like Pakistan. However, it's not important in every case. International students should check the criteria of the university and their Italian embassy checklist before applying for a visa. Having a strong band in IELTS certainly increases your chances of getting an Italian student visa. Travel and health insurance certificate. Everyone needs a travel insurance certificate whenever they are traveling to Europe. It's proof that they can handle their medical services in case of emergency or injury. The insurance will handle the unexpected expenses of traveling. In the case of Italy travel medical insurance, minimum coverage of 30,000 valid for 1 year or 15 days for the C-type visa. FRC document. A family registration certificate means that your family record is complete in the country database. The document specifically contains the name and information of your siblings and parents or spouse in some cases. This information is also needed while applying for Italian regional scholarships like DSU or DSU, so it's better to make the certificate. Copy of flight booking and hotel reservation. This part is optional. The booking confirms your date of arrival in the country in the particular city, and the hotel reservation shows that you have a place to stay. In light of recent pandemic, the polio and corona vaccination certificates. The polio vaccine certificate could be still important in cases of some specific countries like Pakistan. It is no need to quarantine or do the PCR test anymore, but the vaccinational record is important for corona. Your CV. CV is compulsory for the university admission process and the optional for embassy interviews. It should contain all the contact details and academic information. Students can make a perfect CV in Europass here in under a few minutes. Documents of purpose, cover letter, or letter of motivation. This document comprises the following information about the student: your previous academic documents and studies, your employment status, relationship with your home country, immigration history, economic conditions of the applicant. A statement of purpose or SOP and a letter of motivation are almost the same thing and could be interchangeable. In this letter, you are asked to write about your personal and professional reasons. Why are you applying for a course or the scholarship? And what is your intentions of traveling to Italy? The maximum length of this letter is 3 pages. It is advised to make it short and concise to 1 page. Other certificates. International students can add more certificates from their internship, courses, or portfolios. It can make your case stronger. Police clearance certificates for Italy student visas. A PCC is required for D-type visa applicants who want to study in Italy for more than 90 days. It can be issued by your local security police station, or many international students can make it online. It shows that the applicant doesn't have a criminal record. Indian students can make it through the Passport Seva, and Pakistani students can make it in the Police Khidmat Markaz or ICTP app or the ICTP website. Students don't need it for a short-term visa, but a PCC certificate for a long-term stay, Italy student visa is needed. How to apply for an Italy student visa? Applying for an Italy student involves several steps. We'll walk you through the entire process from obtaining an admission letter to preparing your documents and applying for Italian regional scholarship, which can be financial lifesaver. We've got you covered. Get an admission letter. If you want to study in Italy, first find your desired Italian's university and subject. If you get admission, the university will send you a pre-enrollment letter through University. Prepare the documents. The next step is to prepare the list of 20 documents we discussed about above in detail. Apply for Italian regional scholarship. This one is an extra step. International students have the option to apply for Italian regional scholarships. Check the step-by-step process of DSU and EDISU. It will ease up a lot of financial burdens. Fill out the application form. The 4th September is to fill out the correct visa form for a university visa to Italy. Fill, sign, and date it correctly. For long-term D-type Italian visas, the application form is linked here, and for C-type Italian visas, the application form is linked here. Interview and results. The fifth and last step is to prepare for the interview and on the appointment date with all the documents which we discussed above in detail. After the interview, wait for the result. The result could take up from 1 week to 1 month. Below you find the possible Italian study visa interview questions. Select the visa center that is near to you and take the appointment date. Italy student visa interview questions and preparation. Interviews can be nerve-wracking, but preparation is key. We'll provide a comprehensive list of potential interview questions. Be ready to tackle inquiries about your choice of Italy, your course, your financial capabilities, and more. Your confidence will shine through. Students are expected to answer the following questions. Why did you choose Italy and not another country? Did you already search for opportunities in your home country? Some specific questions must be asked about the host university to know whether applicants know or not about their university, the reason for selecting the specific course and its objectives, what is your course structure or course summary, who is your sponsor, what is your relationship, do you have enough funds for your traveling and study, what are your plans after the completion of the course, what is the course commencement date, when will your lessons or classes start? Where will you stay in Italy? How much do you expect to spend per month at your destination city on your rent, food, and feed? Let's get into our frequently asked questions. Addressing common queries is essential, so we've compiled a list of frequently asked questions. Curious about which countries don't need an Italian student visa, wondering what to do if your visa is rejected. These answers and more are just a click away. So, which countries don't need an Italian student visa? Students from the EU, Australia, Canada, and USA don't need Italian study visas if their courses only allow them to stay in Italy for less than 90 days. This means the students of these countries don't need visa type C. However, almost all countries will need a visa type D if they are planning to stay more than 90 days. Later on, the students will be required to apply for a 1 year residential permit within 8 working days by contacting the relevant police station. Students can also check more information here. What to do if Italy's study visa is rejected? Technically, students can appeal for reconsideration of the visa through the Italian lawyer within 60 days when you get the visa result. It can be done only in the case when the applicant really thinks that he or she fulfills all the criteria and face unjustified rejection. Italy's study visa refusal mostly happen in case of submitting false documents or showing insufficient financial means or having any criminal record. Can I apply with the 7th semester's transcript for an Italian university? Yes, you can. By getting a Hope certificate from the university. Hope certificate is also known as an expected graduation letter. Students can attach the Hope certificate along with all the documents and fill out the admission application. Sometimes the university admission process takes time due to the huge number of applicants from around the world. Still, students can get the 8th semester transcript by then. What is Hope Certificate? In simple words, it is a certificate based on the previous semester performance that indicates that the candidate will pass the final exams with excellent results. Is IELTS necessary for an Italian student visa? It is a requirement of the few Italian embassies in the specific regions like Pakistan. It is clearly mentioned in their visa checklist. However, it is not the case for every country. For admissions to certain universities in Italy, IELTS is not required. English proficiency certificate is enough, which proves that their medium of taught courses was English. Some universities and Italian embassies also accept Duolingo and other English proficiency test scores. While very few Italian universities like Politecnico di Torino and etc. made IELTS compulsory for admission. What will happen to my scholarship if Italian study visa got delayed? No need to worry. You can email your host university or regional scholarship office along with receipts of your visa application, and there is a possibility of compensation. However, try your best to do everything on time. The visa process can take 1 week to 45 days, so it is advised to apply for a study visa as soon as you get through the university pre-enrollment letter. What is the difference between Form A, Form C, and Form D in Italian study visa? Form A in the Italy study student visa, Form A is called the pre-enrollment form. This form needs to be filled out online at Universe Italy. This form must be downloaded and printed, attach your photo, sign, and submit it along with your visa application documents. Form C in Italy student visa. Form C is also called DOV request form. If your institute requested for an equivalency certificate, the applicant can fill and submit Form C. The embassy will issue a DOV. Remember, equivalency certificates can be attained by either making the DOV or CIMIA. These certificates actually analyze the years of education a student has to be eligible for applied courses. DOV and CIMIA compares your education with Italian education system. Form D in Italy student visa. Form D is known as the national visa form, which is used for long-term D-type Italian visas. The application form is here. This is the visa form for students who are applying for bachelor's, master's, or PhD, or if they are attending to stay in Italy for more than 90 days. A summary of the whole guide. In a nutshell, this comprehensive guide has covered the various types of Italy student visas, their associate fees, processing time, the office responsible for the visas, their exhaustive document checklist, the step-by-step application process, interview questions, and frequently asked questions. Armed with this knowledge, you're well prepared to navigate the Italy student visa process. In conclusion, congratulations, future scholars. You are now armed with the knowledge needed to conquer the Italy student visa process. Italy offers not only a rich cultural experience, but also world-class education. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Dr. Scholars for more insightful content. As you embark on your educational journey, remember, the world is your classroom, and your dreams are your compass. Until next time, keep reaching for the stars. Goodbye.